Hey, and welcome back to our last activity on this first Module 1, Unit 1, Lesson 1, a vocabulary lesson. And it often happens that we end a lesson, not always, but often happens that we reflect on our opinions having gone through this lesson. And so here it's asking us to think about presenting vocabulary either from your own experience or from doing this lesson. For each statement, choose true or false. So let's do it together, Phil. I would like to do more vocabulary presentations in my classes. What do you think?
For me, I'd probably say this is false because I kind of have about a good balance of vocabulary as a regular, stable part of lessons.
Yeah, I agree. Same feeling that I'm pretty happy over the years. I've worked out a nice balance of focus on vocabulary.
Yeah. So I think, these true or false, it all depends upon the reasons behind them, right?
And certainly the experience of the teachers, the level, and the context.
Right. And what teachers are doing already and what they feel they want to do more or less of.
Yep.
Okay.
How about this next one? Says, I can teach all the words that my students need.
You can't teach all the words that your students need.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely true for me.
Absolutely true for me too. I'm glad you picked up that negative.
And using pictures is a good way of presenting meaning.
Sure it is. In some cases, right? Not always.
Yeah.
It's finding the balance.
Yeah, I think with young learners, quite often when you're doing concrete nouns, many people use flashcards and so on, or dictionaries. But occasionally you need to be careful that the picture doesn't always have a single interpretation. So
right.
Can cause confusion. All right. And do you avoid asking, do you understand?
I do that every single class with every single student. No, of course I avoid that. That's what you mentioned earlier. That's a big rookie mistake. If you find yourself asking, do you understand? Then you're not doing things the right way.
And but I confess, every now and again, I catch myself saying it.
Sure.
Even with my own kids. But I think once you're aware of it and you know, then you'll hear it and then you'll follow up on it.
Yeah, good.
All right. Next one.
I should teach words that my students really want to learn.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, me too. And that is almost begging the question of the more you get your students involved in the lesson, the more you know you're doing a really good lesson.
Yeah, I think everybody's on the same page on these last three ones.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like to get students to personalize new vocabulary. I use it to talk about themselves.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think different contexts. In Japan, it's sort of a bit of a stereotype that students aren't as forthcoming with their output. But I think it depends on your class. It depends on how much trust you build up. It depends how much you encourage participation versus measuring perfection. So all kinds of classroom dynamics that make this a lot of fun if you make it a safe space for students to personalize and give their own opinions. That's a really good goal, I think, for teachers to have.
Yes, helping students to make it their own.
Yeah.
Okay, and so as we wrap up the last activity, we then usually just have a short summary of each lesson. And basically we've looked at emphasizing the importance of learners gaining a wide vocabulary as soon as possible, those first 2,000 words.
Yep.
And that the teacher can help by presenting new words in class and thinking about how we presented those words so that we understand the meaning, the form, and checking understanding as initial practice, which we return to in some of the next lessons in this module.
And let's have a big shout out to Scott Thornbury for writing this lesson, and to the other teachers who've contributed to the forums, and to say thank you, because there's nobody else I would rather work through these lessons and have fun comparing ideas with than Phil Brown.
Thank you, Steve. Likewise, and everyone who's been involved in checking lessons and also trialing them, putting these up online.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Good luck with your teaching, everybody.
Till next time. I hate not being able to get